Okay, YouTube, we are playing Temur Turns now. This is a list from Chris Botelho. It is pretty nice. He did pretty well with it in the MPL or Rivals League this weekend. And let's see what we got here. We go first. A little slow, but double gold spin. And a mammoth kind of hold the fort onto reinforce something nice. Try to a little fake out here. That's the turn. Agonizing remorse. Okay, fake out failed. You have seen through my trick. Take the mammoth. Yep. I'll just get Obosh to hand, I guess. Turn my opponent's on. Green black something could be the Abzan control, perhaps. I'll have to see what's in store for us. Oh no, Jund perhaps. Well, definitely Jund. Question is, what kind of Jund? Is it the sacrificey Jund that just is okay, well they take a Valky or a gold spin with Valky. That's a good steal. Good pickup. That's also a good pickup for us though, so we can go Heart's Desire, Left Strike Beast. Next turn we can gold span. Or play Obosh. Yeah, playing Obosh and then for 10 seems pretty good. I'll have to see what they played with, of course. If they like Crone Worm, I Love Struck. Gonna change things, undoubtedly. Throwing a Stomp could be good too, or, you know, Bone Crusher Giant. Deal 2 to Valky. Get my other Dragon back, then play the Giant. When it's gonna Elspeth's Nightmare, I 1-1. Okay. Hey, well there we go. Ask, and ye shall receive. Could have held up Bone Crusher in case they used Valky, or used the transform cost on Valky, but that seems really risky. And they probably see through it, because then I had my next land, so they knew I could have played Dragon, and the question is, why didn't you play Dragon? Well, maybe I could have played Dragon, swung, and attacked, and then had the Nana for the Stomp. It was probably a better play, but this one's less risky, I think, in the sense that we guarantee Valky goes away and we get our beloved Dragon back. Opponent has had a lot of information this time. Okay, they're binding the old gods, they hit Bone Crusher. So we find another gold span. It's time for jam. If we hit Alrun's Epiphany too, this game could just end. Because we have Obosh in hand already. I get rid of my graveyard. Okay. Ox can just play Obosh next turn and hit for 8. Hey, Remorse, they're going to see all these dragons. I do wonder if this deck is playing Extinction Event. Not. Unclear at the moment. They don't have any black mana up though, so it's going to be tough, I think, for them to answer gold span efficiently. Maze Mind Tome? Okay. They are getting close to just being able to cast Tybalt though, so they could just exile the dragon. But I mean, if we just play a dragon here, jam for 8, go to 6, and even if they kill one of the dragons, we're going to have another one to follow up, right? So we have 8 more damage coming at them. And never mind the host of mana we'll be having. I think we will crack the Fabled here. If I get any non-land spell, you know, or a spell, a non-land permanent, or anything like that, I think the game's pretty much just over. I guess I'll just grab blue, though again, I don't really think it matters here because I have the treasure mana. So we play Goldspan. Swing 8. I don't think I run out the Mammoth here. It's gonna get hit by an Extinction event. We already have lethal. Okay. They see it. They concede there. Alright, so we're playing against some kind of a Jund list here. Some kind of a Jund control-y list. Okay. They did have a decent amount of hand hate and graveyard hate in those agonizing remorses. Might have trouble dealing with Elder Gargaroth. Take out the Mystical Disputes though. Brazen Borrower didn't seem all that helpful. We're running Banishing of the Old Gods though. Lothus could be good against a deck like this, a deck that's trying to grind you down. You out. This deck isn't particularly aggressive for my opponent, so maybe we just want the Ox. And the Coma? We're gonna put in like a Phoenix of Ash. Let's try that. Okay, I think we'll mulligan this. This looks better. This will send back a land. Call off this on 3 is potentially good. Also actually get a nice D1 play that's not the Innkeeper. And a lovely Love-Struck Beast. Throw down that 1-1 with a Heart's Desire. Next turn we can Right Crown and play this as a River Glide, so we have access to all 3 of our colors here. I have fun at Maze Mind Tomes. Right. Combat. Swing 1 at my opponent. This will run out Cry as a red source. I think it's more likely that I just want to stomp. At the moment, Klothys doesn't have any targets in the graveyard. Nothing has gone there. They haven't played any Fabled Passages, but we'll see if they do. If they do, we'll probably throw it on Klothys next turn. Otherwise, we'll just probably lead with the Lovestruck or that Bone Crusher that we're going to be throwing down. Oh, and Necromantia, I guess. What they pick? Probably either Epiphany or Goldspan Dragon. If I had to guess. Yeah, Goldspan Dragon. Bye-bye, Dragon. I'm going to exile, not into the graveyard. Do now have a card in the graveyard though for Klothys to consume. I'm going to stomp my opponents. We get our next land too, that's going to be nice. So we'll play out the River Glide, go to combat, swing for 1 at my opponents. I think we play, what do we do? We Bone Crusher, they can just Binding of the Old Gods and get it for free. In terms of not having to pay the 2 life tax. We could just run out Lovestruck, or we could run out Klothys. Start grinding them down. Yeah, I think I'm not to actually do the Klothys plan. Because you have this Fabled Passage, we guarantee that we get a hit next turn. So we can just go Innkeeper, Crag Passage. Not next turn, but 2 turns from now. Okay, opponent keeping a Scry on top. A little worrying. Be mindful of that. Okay, they play a Pathway. Get a Tome. We have a Henge now. Play a Fabled Passage. Play an Innkeeper. I guess we have to be mindful too that actually exiling a land doesn't do damage to my opponent, it just gives us mana. Now, that said, that means we could potentially Great Henge next turn with or without that second forest, because we can get the green from Clothis. I think it's a must, I don't think it's a may, right? You just have to exile the card. They're probably going to kill the Lovestruck Beast and play it. So I think we do just want to get the forest here. So if we draw a land 5, we can play the Henge off of Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, we get another land anyway. Okay, opponent doing some more, I guess, card draw here, as opposed to scrying. I guess getting the mana from Clothis does mean that we can get Obosh to hand and play Bone Crusher in the same turn. But we have to be mindful that they haven't played any board wipes yet, and a lot of my board is going to be odd if I keep playing all these adventure creatures. Should also keep in mind too that if I get Great Henge and Bone Crusher on the board, then we get to just jam with Clothis, but it doesn't look like it's happening. We'll get rid of Adder Skull, I guess. That seems fine. I'll let banish my opponents. I need the mana right now. What I can do here is play the Henge, get Bone Crusher on the board. Seems good to me. I can answer that Henge with a Resolve Tibalt, because I can exile it. But we do have a now we have a Stomp, which I think is good enough to kill Tibalt if they do use its -3. Is -3? Nevertheless, landing a Henge is good. What I'm doing a bit of scrying here. Okay, they put 1 on bottom. Nice. Interesting too that they're not actually sacking more Clothis, or not using scrying more, so they have access to the 3rd chapter. They could have gotten 1 to 3, I think, on this turn, and they could have had access to 4 extra life, which they may need. What we could do is exile Passage. I guess we exile Innkeeper. Hit them there. Like Pathways of Blue Source. Get Obosh. Try to just kill them. And cantrip off it too. Playing Obosh like this though does oh, that's actually interesting too. There's a Clothis animating. They don't have a removal spell for Obosh, they're just dead. I guess not technically. Could kill giants. Okay, we just hit them for 5 then. Soul Shatter. We are at 4 though. They have 2 targets though. Or Clothis. Thing 2 I can do is bounce their Clothis with Brazen Borrower, so they don't get to trigger it. Let's see if they have a Valky though. Evidently not. And again, them holding off on these triggers really I think is a mistake. When they do a Binding of the Old Gods, we'll see what they target. Okay, they target my Bone Crusher Giant. Soul Shatter, I guess. So wait a minute, if I can animate Clothis, I win? Presumably. Not that they have any 1-mana things that can stop me, so... Or we just do this. Okay, Heart's Desire, maybe we just win that way. Don't even need Clothis. But... For safety's sake, I will make Cloth as a creature, I think. So leaving up the Brazen Borrower also means that we can bounce the Clothis. They have a removal spell, I guess they could kill one of my things and that'll be it, but okay, looks like they don't have it. We take down this Jund mid-rangey deck. Team returns. My opponent goes first this time, so we're going to be on the draw, unfortunately. But this deck does pretty well in the draw too. Nothing a few extra turns can't help, right? Speaking of extra turns, we do find an Alrund's Epiphany, but unfortunately I don't think that this hand is keepable. Only one land. This is looking better. Question of what to send back. So definitely going to want a T1. I guess I can't with this hand because the only green sources I have are tapped. So it's a question, do we want to send back Spikefield Hazard? We're on the draw. My opponent might be on aggro. No companion. So I think we might want to keep Spikefield. Maybe send back the Mammoth. Yeah, I'm okay with that, I think. Mammoth is going to be something that's kind of like a worse version of Luxtruck Beast most of the time, especially on blocks. Opponent appears to be... oh, they're on cycling. So glad I kept that Spikefield Hazard. Yeah, I think we just kill it. So they're playing cycling with no companion. So this must be the bigger cycling deck, the one that has permanents that prevent you from playing Yorion as your companion. But it is cycling of some form, clearly. We get a stomp. I think we just ran out the Country of Triumph, so we have access to green. One has something else that can cycle, evidently. Start of the development. Another Fox. Okay. They get to two power there. Not gonna be good enough, I'm afraid, opponent. Fox, we got a stomp with your name on it. It's 2 Foxes down. They are doing a good job at cycling though, of course, so they have already, what, like 4 cyclers in their graveyard. We'll have to be mindful of a Zenith Flare, but not at the moment. It seems like they're still struggling for lands. And yeah, they missed a land drop last turn too, so that's gonna help or stall that eventuality for a bit. I think Probable Alliance though is annoying. And I will be honest, I am tempted to run out to just bounce their Alliance with Brazen Borrower, but not going to do too much because I can just play it and cycle anyway. Would prevent them from cycling as much, but I think I just have to get in the board here. I'm going to go to combat, nothing has haste, so we're just going to swing one at my opponent. Not the Love Struck. If I have 5 mana next turn, I can foretell Epiphany plus my Bone Crusher, so I think we'll just play the Mammoth as a land here. If they have something to kill my 1/1, then so be it. Love Struck won't be able to attack, but they play Valiant Rescuer, probably cycle something. They get 2 tokens. Yes. Okay, we can find another tap land. So what we could do is bounce and Epiphany. Foretell. I think we go to attack here. Need to foretell the Epiphany for sure. Oh, we should attack with the 1/1 too. They could have just blocked it. And they don't care with the trade. How afraid am I of Valiant Rescuer getting tokens on the ground? I'm gonna say not very. Something with this foretell. Play Bone Crusher. We need like a gold span dragon to just put this over the top, I think. Another Improbable Alliance, okay, that's annoying. I'm gonna get now 3 tokens when they cycle cards. Great Henge is nice. Won't dispute that. So I think first we attack here. It might triple block the giant. That's okay. I think I just jump both. Seems equally fine. Okay, they do triple block the giant. Care. We'll play this turn. Afterward is going to be play Great Henge. Can't actually get Brazen on the board because we don't have an untapped blue source. I guess if we do this, if we try to save the giant, then we can't Great Henge this turn. So I think we just say, okay. Board is significantly diminished. Play the Great Henge. And land. Let the Obosh to hand. Set up for an explosive follow-up. They could have like Shredded Sails or something too. I know they play those in the cycling deck, but this sets us up for a really good follow-up turn. Okay, now they're getting 4 tokens per cycle. So they're doing a good job of generating a board. Got 5 lands, 2 cards left in hand. And probably 8 cards recycling in their yard. Okay, so we can start with the red source. Play Obosh. Play Epiphany, we can play Brazen Borrower this turn, but we can't bounce anything. We'll get a bunch of 1/1s. I do think we just Obosh it. Getting potentially double damage on Love Struck is good. Let's draw that card. We'll swing with Love Struck, I guess. Probably let's jump it. We could try really greedy. Not greedy per se, but a quintuple block. Or they could cycle something. Yeah, okay, so they get a bunch of tokens. More tokens. See if they just pop all the tokens. Two, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go 6. I'm thinking about it. They don't go 6. Nice. We'll bounce one of the tokens. Helps diminish their board presence, but they can generate it real fast, as we've seen. But getting the Obosh on the board, though, I'm gonna say makes it give us a nice aerial line, but they're gonna be taking a whole ton of these tokens here. Not sure how this Temur deck is supposed to deal with Improbable Alliance. And then Innkeeper, it's actually real nice. Guess we can just play this as blue. The Innkeeper. We can still Brazen Bar or Epiphany afterward. Yeah, I think I have just enough actually, based on my eyeball calculations. I need to draw a fair amount of cards here too, off of the Innkeeper plus Borrower trigger. Another Innkeeper actually. Okay, they just cycle a single card, they get 4 tokens. We send in the Love Struck. Yes. Not gonna be doing much else. I block more greedily this time. Yeah, okay. I think on the fairies first. And then we'll Epiphany. Okay, they get 2 more fairies, I guess. Start with an Innkeeper. I guess we'll crack up Able first. This feels like a bad matchup. I guess we can buy Colossus and okay, this looks okay. Start with a green source, go Love Struck. And you can play Crag Crown for red and Bark Channel for blue. Have Spikefield on the 1 Ulan. On their Tiwa. We'll get ready for any Valiant rescuers that they have or boxes by keeping up red mana. You could just wait till I go for the Love Struck, or yep, they go for Improbable Alliance instead. We'll play a Bark Channel, like I said, or a good old blue. For 1. The next turn we can have Colossus, keep Fatal Passage up, eventually start getting rid of some of the stuff that they're recycling. A lot of blue from them. Another Improbable Alliance. Okay, they cycle a Boon of the Wishgiver. And they get a couple of flying tokens, sure thing. Okay, we're gonna run at the Colossus. Like I said, we'll run at that Fable Passage afterward. I guess I should have attacked with the Left Struck. Whoops. With an extra token. Healer. Cycle something. Okay, box gone. Let's just sense that hazard that I had. I guess let's crack it now. Hit red. I have stomp up, so I'll just protect my life total here. I guess. Choice matters. My opponent, I don't know if they have much recursion. So we'll use this as a blue so we can cast Epiphany. I guess first we'll go to combat, swing 5 at my opponent. Yeah, they chump. Yeah. We foretell. Grab Obosh. Obosh plus Clothis is a good combo, I think, right? It's going to be having it deal 4 damage per round. Still gaining 2, dealing 4. We'll have to grind. Let's cycle another boon. They're getting a big little air force over there. You're digging for another land now. You tune me in the air, presumably. Okay, 4 total. This borrower is interesting. So, we're gonna have one of their stingers, I guess. I think I do just want to get down Obosh. I guess we'll go to combat first. Swing 5 at my opponent. And I guess what I could have done is exile my Fable passive this turn, getting extra mana, so I could have held up Brazen or Bone Crusher. Maybe at 2 less life. I'd be at 20, I'd be at 17. But it could have been the right play. We'll see. Too much I regret not bouncing one of their alliances. Let him cycle like 2 more times, essentially. This turn cycle. Oh, they go for blood, they just cast it on the Draenith Healer. Bold move. On my 1-1. It's good though that Alrund's Epiphany is going to give me 1-1, so Love Shot can still attack. They're going to get a whole bunch more flyers here. Here's that. They're swinging 5 at me. I guess, okay. They think better of it, knowing that Obosh is on the ground now. Saw it coming is huge, actually. We can counter their Zenith Flares. Or any other nonsense they try to pull. So, need to Epiphany. So I guess you do that first. They have no way of killing either of my creatures, so Epiphany first. Swing at them for big wombo damage. We actually have bounce. I think they're just dead now because we can bounce and stomp whatever they have left and get in for 16 damage. Yeah, we hit for 4 on Clothis as well. Yeah, this is just very over. Just stomp you. That was like the worst auto tap I've ever seen. Oh my god. Okay, but it doesn't matter because we have a flush. I've been consulting with the Botelho sideboard, and it looks like there's going to be some changes here. We need like enchantment removal or something. I don't know, Clothis was doing work, I think. A bit too slow though. Yeah, they're on the play. This is interesting. If we hold up Mystical Dispute, we can maybe get one of their improbable alliances if they play it on T2 or something. We'll probably run out this pathway as a blue source. Okay, my opponent actually ran out Flourishing Fox. We have an opportunity here to strike, and we're gonna make sure we actually have access to blue by not playing Dark Channel as a green source. So we run out the Innkeeper here or the Heart's Desire. I think we just go. Actually, oh, this is a tough one. Because I'll play the green source first, it means that I can't next turn have Stomp and Dispute up. We run out the bone, our Innkeeper. You, I don't know, bait them into doing something dumb. It also kind of makes us curve nicely where we can play Bone Crusher on T3 potentially, or Love Struck on T3. That's what we could do next turn actually, is just run out Heart's Desire. The problem, right, is this Fox getting enormous from cycling. We're not going to block because they can cycle pump. They opt not to. And then Valiant Rescuer. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna go for the Stomp, I think. So the ways we can deal with the Fox are through killing it with Soul Seer before it gets to 5. I think we just stomp the Rescuer and hit for 1. I think it's less bad if they have a single big creature than having a wide board to stop all these double powered stuff from getting through. We do leave ourselves open to an improbable alliance this turn, but another mana is usually pretty bad. Let's see if they cycle. They opt not to cycle here. Okay. Pre-combat. We might find another Valiant Rescuer, my guess. That with them. Or they do have an improbable alliance. Okay, there it is. Sure. Seems like you should have played that pre-combat cycle. Got an extra damage on, but who am I to judge? I think we just play out the Bone Crusher. If they have another alliance. Oh well. Okay, Brazen Wilder is actually really good because we can not only draw a card off of it from entering the battlefield, but we can bounce their alliance and then counter it on the way back down. So in that way it's good too. It also helps us deal with Flourishing Fox, so that gets out of hand. Brazen Bar, we're coming in clutch again. Very lovely card. Okay, cycle for 3, okay. Big move here, big move. They offer the trade with the Fox, I think I'll take it. Okay, they aren't offering the trade. Okay, so Goldspan Dragon perhaps changes the calculus a bit here. Let's see. Nevertheless, I'm not playing anything with haste, so I can just go to combat, swing 4 at them. And probably just shump with their 1/1 token. Yep. We could go Bark Channel for green, go Heart's Desire, Love Struck, draw a card that way. Or we keep up Brazen, bounce, and counter on the way back down if they replay Improbable Alliance. It's actually good too, because we can go Bark Channel for blue, and then play Love Struck, Heart's Desire, get a 1/1, and keep up Bounce plus Dispute. Oh, I think we want to bounce now. Or stop on their upkeep. Bounce them. Don't know if it really matters. Could matter, I guess, if they had boarded the mystical disputes or something. That'd be something I really wouldn't want to get countered, but they didn't cycle on one there, so it probably means they either have only one cycling card left and don't want to use it, or risk of missing out on the Improbable Alliance. Okay, that feels good. That feels good. No blue mana either, so should be safe from counter spells. And then next turn we can play the Lava Glide pathway, swing for 5 in the air, and have mana up for another Mystical Dispute if need be. Opponent hitting 5 mana though means that they dispute might not be too impactful because they can potentially just pay the tax. They play an Improbable Alliance. Opponent probably thinking of cycling something else here. They opt not to. They Drenth Stinger. Okay, so we can go for the pathway here. Play Goldspan. Swing 7 or 8 at them. Okay, they chunked their flyer, take 4. I'm down to block with the token on the Fox. It is getting large and getting scary. Play Improbable Alliance. Is this worth countering? We're trying to. I think it is actually, because it's going to make them either get the spell or they're not have a board. Rather, get the spell or not be able to cycle, right? I mean, they could have drawn another land, so they get one cycle off, but I'm not sure that they have it. And it seems like they don't, based on the auto passing. So it seems like that was a good play. And you get some cards as well. So I think we'll start with the Love Shrek Beast, draw off of Innkeeper. Might get a removal spell or a bounce spell. Okay. Alright. So if we stomp the Stinger, we get in potentially for fair amount. But we get 4 in the air at least. Yeah, I think stomping the Stinger is just a good play here. And doesn't matter what color land I play, I guess. So we'll play a forest. I have the treasure from that dragon. Maybe we don't want to attack with the 1/1s here because if they do have a removal spell, they would get to stop me from attacking the Love Shrek. Now this is looking good. Go past the turn here. Flash and Brazen Borrower. But as it stands, this is lethal, I think, right? Because you can grab Obosh, play Obosh. Get an Iron Crag Pyromancer, okay. This is what the Soul Series are for. They're gonna get to snipe something. And get a 1/1. Kill the Innkeeper and make a 1 token, okay. Guess I should have flashed in Brazen in response. Oops. Though I don't. Next turn I can get Obosh on the board pre-combat. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Back like this, we can do it more efficiently. So if we attack with everything, they basically have to block both our Goldspan and Love Struck. I guess I can block the 1/1. Yeah, what's in there? Would have been a bad attack, I think. You go to 3. I guess we end the turn. Flash and Brazen Borrower. Okay, Valiant Rescuer. Ready to make a 1/1. Just snipe something. Snipe the 1/1. Now, Low Strike can't attack. It could double cycle on my turn though, I guess. Possible. But if they don't have 2 1-mana cyclers, we can just win the game here. Or play Goldspan. See if they have it. They have one of the 1-mana cyclers. They have a second. They do. Look at that. So they get to pick off Brazen Borrower. That's a bold move. Okay, so they lose now because of that. Should have killed the Brazen Borrower. Maybe I thought it was 4 damage or something, or Goldspan only 3 toughness. Well, I think we still would have had that, whether or not they made that misplay, but you squeak it out against cycling.